Hi, it's Mike Ferry again. It has to be Thursday because we're doing these messages for you each Tuesday and Thursday. If you had a chance to watch last Thursday's, we had decided that our first message was going to be 10-11 minutes long. I think it was about that. We're going to try to, over the course of the next several weeks, keep these messages to 3 to 5 minutes to give you a good soundbite of what you need to be thinking about doing. Today, I'd like to take a little different approach, and I'd like to talk to you about the fact that if you look at building a business, because the truth is, guys and gals, you're building a sales business. Now, what I need you to think about is the fact that you're a salesperson. You're a salesperson first, a salesperson second, salesperson third, salesperson fourth, and a real estate agent fifth. Your job is to list and sell homes. So my question for you then is, if that is your job, and you're going to work 8 or 9 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, you're going to work 45, 50, 60 hours a week, and that's your job to list and sell homes, why don't you do it more often? And the answer is because you're not doing the things that cause it to happen more often. See, technically speaking, there's 3 ways to generate business in real estate. If you've watched me speak in the past, you know what I'm going to say next. 1 is you can wait for business to find you. The most common thing being taught in real estate for the last 30, 40, 50 years, unfortunately, is to teach people how to wait. Sit in the office and wait for a buyer or seller to call you. Do a little mailing and wait for somebody to respond. Put an ad in the paper and wait for somebody to call in. Sit in an open house and wait for something to happen. Pass out a postcard in your farm and wait for them to respond to you. Waiting is, of course, a very interesting method of doing business because you don't get a lot, if any, rejection when you're waiting for people to find you. And that is probably the most common thing taught. If you want to do 3 or 4 deals a year, 5, 10 deals a year maybe, if you want to be on the left side of the gap and be a low producer for life, waiting is a sound method of doing business. However, if your goal is to do more, then you go into the second phase, which is buying business. And buying business revolves around the fact that you're going to do things such as running ads a lot, personal promotion a lot. You know, the bus benches and the billboards and look at me, aren't I great, I'm number 1, etc. Buying business is where you're cutting your commissions. Oh, can you imagine? I said cutting commissions. Because you go in at 4%, somebody else said 5, and you get it at 4. Buying business is when you overprice a listing so you can get that from your competitors. So either you're going to wait for business to find you, not a very good idea. You're going to buy business, very expensive, and if you're new to the business, you can't afford to buy it. Or you can do what we've taught for many years, which is go out and earn the business by doing your job every single day. Because see, the truth is, guys and gals, if you will go out every day, whether it be for a half an hour or an hour or a couple of hours, and honestly work at talking to people, you'll find that people will respond in a very polite and businesslike manner. You'll find that people are very accommodating. You'll find that people are nice if you're talking to people. Next week, on Tuesday, we're going to talk about this communication side a little bit, but you have to understand that if you're talking to people about the real estate business, people are always interested and willing to talk to you. You earn business by talking to people. So we teach you, as I said last week, talk to your past clients, your centers of influence for sale by owners, expired listings. Do the types of activities that are going to create conversation, and that conversation leads to bringing you a valid lead, a valid appointment, and a contract signed. Now, last week I mentioned to you at the end of our short conversation that every one of you needs to call our office and talk to our staff about our July retreat. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Have you ever been to a superstar retreat? And if the answer is no, why haven't you? And question number 2, if you've been there, are you planning to come back? If you've been there, I'm looking forward to seeing you at our superstar retreat. Go online, talk to my office, get involved, pay attention, because the stronger you pay attention, the higher the results. See you next Tuesday.